In this episode of New Dad Order, Ray and I take a little dive into why we can't sleep great and sleep consistency. We also talk about Poop Alley at our local gym. Not exactly the place that you want to spend the most time. Also kind of discuss about televisions in our children's room. The pros, the cons, if we do it, if we don't do it, how we grew up with it as well. Ray's sports writing career. Didn't know that about him, but we do take a big dive into men's fashion. Dad's fashion, most importantly. Little meathead moment as well, mixed in with a spirited debate towards the end, where we talk about the better athlete on a professional level. Soccer player, basketball player. Soccer player or basketball player? We'll see where that one goes, but you could probably guess where my head's at, and really shocked by the line that Ray took on it. But we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button, and hit the notification button as well. That way you know when we have something new coming out this way. Now, let's go.
Welcome to the New Dad Order podcast. My name is Ray. We got Parfait over there.
Welcome back, everybody. Good to see everyone. Ray, good to see you as always. Looking pretty chipper today, are you?
Oh, yeah. No.
What chipper? Who actually says that?
No. The thing is, what gets me is how you can get up every day at 4 o'clock in the morning. I got up today at 5 o'clock, and I just don't know. I just don't see how you do that 5 days a week. Why don't you break that down for me? Because I don't get it.
Yeah, it wasn't something I just started doing like yesterday type thing, right? So it's
something you had to get used to.
Yeah, I mean, waking up at 5 a.m. I started off waking up at 5 a.m. Now we bumped it down to 4:30 and then 4. Now it's 3:50 when the alarm goes off. But I also very strict. So I was reading something you asked about how do I do it every morning. So sleep consistency is better than sleep hours. Like I've learned that if you can go to bed at the same time, it helps your body wake up at the same time. So even though you may be sleep deprived because you're not getting enough hours, like I don't necessarily get enough hours of sleep per se, as far as like 7 hours or 8 hours or whatever the recommended of a normal person would be, because I'm waking up at 3:50 in the morning. But if I continually go to bed no later than like 9:30 p.m., then my body is adjusted and ready to wake up at 3:50. Now, am I always completely 100% ready to rock and roll? No, but some caffeine pre-workout usually helps get the blood flowing a little bit, but also just like starting to move. Like before we work out, we do something, whatever it may be, just to get the blood flowing. But yeah, as far as like being like, yeah, man, it's really easy to wake up at 3:50 every morning. It's not. It's a want to more than anything else. So if you're struggling because you woke up at 5 and you don't normally wake up at 5, that's probably the main reason. What time do you normally wake up?
More like 6:30.
6:30. What time do you usually go to bed?
It could be 12, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, it's just
so if it was like always 12 o'clock, you would probably be better off than sometimes 12, sometimes 11, sometimes 1, especially if it's like throughout the week that you vary your sleep schedule.
You know, we always talk about looking at social media. I saw something this doctor was talking about if you go to bed between like 8 and 11 and get your 6+ hours, you're going to be fine. But if you go to bed after that time, you're in a negative depreciating mode or something like that.
Were you occur sleep debt?
Something.
Well, yeah.
Something
well,
of that
so
nature.
like the whole Whoop thing that I've mentioned before, that kind of got hooked on for like 2 months now.
Yeah.
And it monitors your sleep and lets you know like how much sleep you're actually getting, as far as deep sleep, REM sleep, things like that. Your body recovers at different things. So like REM is brain, deep sleep is body recovery, and so whenever you're consistent with the time, that's what she's saying, consistent with the time, like that makes a difference. So yeah, like I have noticed that. But also too though, what do you do before bed? Do you have like a normal bedtime routine? I'm a routine person. So me waking up at like 3:50 every morning, and like I'm routine from what I eat for breakfast, for what I'm going to do for lunch, for what we're going to do whenever my kid gets home from, I pick him up from school and we get home, and it's going to be a 30-minute little break, and then we're going to tackle home, like very, very routine. And I've got him in a serious routine because I find that the easiest way to function for me is to be in a routine. So if we get him in a routine, it's just the way life is. You don't have a steady routine of going to bed or anything like that.
No, that's a good discipline to have. I do. It's calling S&S. Okay.
Okay.
It's the bathroom, shower. Then you take care of your teeth, brush your teeth, and then I'm taking down my vitamins.
What do you take at night to go to? Well, I
don't take anything at night. I just take the magnesium, the
well,
B, and the 2 Ds. I take those at night before I go to bed. So that's the routine. The part of the routine that's not good is sitting on the edge of the bed with my phone and scrolling.
Yeah, well, that's never good.
Right, and scrolling.
I don't even know what the recommended time on that. There's like, I don't know if it should be like an hour before you go to bed that you shouldn't have screen time or whatever. But I don't know who actually pays attention to that. I guess if you read in the bed, that would be one thing. But I don't read in the bed.
Well, the only reason why I sit on the edge is because I'm trying to hide the light from my wife.
So just put the phone down.
Yeah, I know. Who routinely goes to bed at 9. She tries to be in the bed by 9 o'clock. That's her routine. She'll be in the bed by 9 o'clock and out. She has to get that much sleep because she's up at 4:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday. I just don't know how you guys do it.
I don't know. It's a 1-2.
I don't know how you guys do it.
I think that's, I mean, no one, it's a 1-2. It's the same reason why the same people that I see at the gym are the same people that I see every single time.
Yeah, 100%.
There was like a meme. I think it was something like 5 a.m. people are this and noon people or shift workers. If you work out at 5 p.m., then you're working 9 to 5 and you're good. And then if you work out like after 10 p.m., you're like mentally unstable. Something like that. It was kind of a joke, but at the same time, it's like it's those types of personalities that you're always going to see at those particular moments.
Right.
What about eating? How late do you eat? That affects your sleep.
It does. We try to get dinner in between 5 and 7.
Oh, well, that's
and no later than that. Now, and you'll see this soon, and you might be experiencing it now, but with the daughter being in varsity athletics, like right now with track and with basketball, the game starts at 7 o'clock, ends at 8, and it depends on where we're at. We didn't eat, so we're eating a little later. Track, she runs the last event.
Always, right?
The last event, the 4x400, and because of that, we're eating, 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, no, that's
9 o'clock at night, and it's tough.
That's that thing where it's like,
sometimes
hey, baseball season started. Yeah. We're either eating supper at 4:30 or 9:30. There's no in the middle right there.
Yeah, it's just tough. It's just tough. Going along with sleep. I mean, so that's a routine that you follow. I know I forced my kids sleep when they were younger to be in bed by 9 o'clock so they can be up by 6 o'clock. And then as they got older, it was more, okay, you understand how much sleep you need. You understand that you need to be up for school and be ready to go to school and to get something in you so you're not grumbling and being all upset during the day. So when they got older, we didn't push that 9 o'clock thing. Mm-hmm. What kind of routine?
When you say older, how old is older? Only because of the fact that, I'm curious.
High school.
Okay.
High school, freshman year. Mm-hmm. So 8th grade, 9th grade.
Yeah, that makes sense. Teenage years kind of thing whenever that kicks in.
Yeah.
No, my little dude's in bed 8:30 at the latest. Mm-hmm. Usually we try to get him there about 8:15. He'll read before he goes to bed, kind of decompress a little bit. He enjoys it, so kind of reinforce that, hey, man, if you enjoy reading, you should probably keep that going. Mm-hmm. Just kind of helps out everything. And then but no, it's pretty steady routine. Like on the ride home from practice, we're like, dude, no arguing. We get home, go upstairs, take a shower, come downstairs, you're going to eat, review one more time, then you're going to bed. And then get mad like every little kid. But at the same time, it's like, hey, look, like we prepare you. Like this is what it's going to be like whenever we get home. And so, no, but 8:30, and he wakes up on his own every morning. We have you can't get out of your bed till 6 o'clock rule because he would be out of his bed early. So, yeah, he's an early riser. Definitely something I think that is a trait, only because when we go on family vacations and stuff like that, mm-hmm. I'm up early, my brother's up early, if we do that. So
talk about family vacations and getting up early. Like you guys get up early. What about the other side? Do they stay up late and get up late?
Not really. I guess not on a family vacation, but we go on a vacation with friends. Mm-hmm. So we're going to the beach with friends, and whenever we've done that trip, I'm the one who's up really early. My dude's up early with me. We're at the beach. We're gonna go downstairs. We're gonna claim our spot. We're gonna put all the stuff on the beach. We're gonna come back, probably go ride and get donuts or something. Start cooking breakfast, and everybody else wakes up at like 8:30, 9 o'clock, or ready to go to the beach. And it's getting close to like 9 o'clock. And they're like, "Oh man, well we got to go down." I'm like, "No. Like that's been done since you thought, way before you even thought about waking up. Like, no, chairs are in the spot. Everything's there. There's me and 4 other dads that gave the what's up, and we're like, yep, we're going to see each other every morning while we're here because we're the dads who get out there and claim the spot right there on the front.
Wow.
So,
no, I'm the one. I'm the bad one, and I don't know where it came from because my mother, she goes to bed early, gets up early. My sister does the same thing. It gets up early with mom. I don't know. And my dad did the same thing when he was around. Same thing. I don't know where. I think I have that. I don't know the mind thing. When the left side is mathematical, the right side is more liberal. I don't know. Liberal arts or something. I don't know. I think I'm the guy that like I told you, geeky.
Right.
So I'm thinking more about fantasy stuff and
Star Wars.
And Star Wars.
Cool shirt you got on.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And I think because. I'm always daydreaming. I was or sitting in the bed just thinking about different things. And I couldn't, when I was younger, my mind was always racing. I don't know about you, but it was always racing. And I think that's why we pushed for the younger kids when the kids were younger to get to bed by 9 because I believe that their minds were always just racing. And maybe by 10 o'clock, the racing would stop and their eyes would get too heavy, their eyelids would get too heavy, and then boom, they're out.
Yeah. Yeah, I was always one. Well, actually, I'd say always, like, up until, I don't know, not that long ago, my wife, I'm ready to go to bed. And because her head can hit the pillow and she could be out instantly. I'm not one of those. I toss and turn and everything else. But then the dumb whoop thing, where it's like, I can see exactly how well I'm recovering at night. And I'm like, I need to get to sleep. I need to get to sleep so I can be in the green. That way my body's recovered and I can perform for working out. I don't know why, but it's mentally there. It's got me motivated to be more restful. So like, that's probably a good thing. Mm-hmm. And then also the same thing too, where I supplement before I go to bed, take this product called Thirdzy. It's got a bunch of stuff in it and it helps your body get into that deep sleep right away to help you recover. It's based around athletes. Like that's where I first learned about it. Was one of my friends was taking it, and a lot of endurance athletes and CrossFit athletes and things like that I've seen, like they've endorsed it and they've taken it and asked the doctor about it. And she's like, yep, it's great. It's got everything you need to get your body to rest. So I started taking that and I realized that it does help. I mean, it definitely helps. So I don't know, having a regiment, being disciplined, and just wanting to wake up early because I've told you that before. I don't have the option to go to the gym in the afternoon. Same reason why your daughter's got a track meet or basketball practice or whatever it may be. I don't have that option. So if I don't wake up early to get it done, I'm not going to get it done. And a friend of mine told me this a long time ago. He said, even if you get a bad workout in, no one's ever mad that they got a workout in.
Ever. I think that's the other thing that I always hear is as long as you get through that door. Get through the door of the gym and you'll go to work. But if you don't get there, that's the problem.
I don't know, man. They got these massage chairs at North Cypress.
And it makes me nervous because there's a lot of people that jump in those things, and I don't know if they're using them correctly.
I mean, it's a massage chair.
I see sweaty people jump in those things. I'm like,
well, I go first thing. So I actually do it before I work out. I don't jump in there after I work out.
No,
they wipe it down. They clean it. Mm-hmm. Sanitary.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You know what else is? Yeah. So sanitary, clean things. So at North Cypress, the local gym that Ray and I go to, they have the doors that take you outside. And, dude, that's poop alley right there. That place is horrible. The amount of people just, it's time to take a dump. I guess, I don't know what it is. That hallway right there is absolutely.
Oh, the one towards the pool?
Oh, yeah, that's horrendous.
Yeah, I walked it once.
That's a bad spot to walk at the wrong time of the day. I realize that.
They got that bathroom right there. That's why.
They've got 4 of them.
Oh, no, you're talking about the other door.
You're talking about the there's like 4 bathrooms.
I'm talking about the one where you first come in. It's right past the office. You walk down that hall.
Yeah. No,
right where the massage room. Right where the massage room is. And
talking about stuff that no one has a clue what it is because it's very personal to us in the gym that we go to. Nonetheless, there are 4 bathrooms. Everybody takes a dump in it. It's pretty gross. The smell is pretty bad. And then all of a sudden you're like, why are all these doors closed? It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and then you realize that they're all occupied by people just taking their big protein dump.
I forgot that there was four bathrooms right there.
Yeah, it's
and then they got the 2 back behind you,
yeah,
up the steps by the those aerobics rooms over there.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I hadn't ventured that far, but so Ray can't sleep, and dudes poop at the gym. That's basically where we're at so far into this one.
That's really tough, man. That's really tough. And the concepts of trying to discipline my kid, to have some kind of structure, right, with the sleep, that's another thing too. But yours, I mean, he's 9. I don't.
It's very easy to tell him what he has to do
right now. It's very easy, and it was easy for my. Well, we had issues though. We had issues where at one point I had to take the phones at 9 o'clock because when they were 13. So remember, I said more freshmanish.
Right.
When we opened it up a little bit. So I would go in at 10 o'clock and catch him
on the phone.
Scrolling. I'm like, hey, y'all, I need the phone.
You got to wait till you're married and you sit on the edge of the bed trying not to keep your wife open.
100%.
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep. Keep your spouse from.
So, yeah, at 9 o'clock, you know where the phones go, and they would take it to the kitchen.
What about TV in a room? Do your kids have TVs in their room?
Yeah. So that's good. Yes. They had everything. Okay. My wife made sure they had TVs. Their phone, eventually phones, like almost anything that they wanted. Anything they wanted, they got.
Did you have a TV in your room growing up?
No.
Okay.
No, I did not.
Was that a battle that you lost with your wife by the kids getting TVs in their room?
Yes, it was.
So
I was like, honey, this was my reasoning. If they have TVs, they don't want to hang out. They don't want to hang out, then we got to force family time. If they don't have TVs, they come to the living room and they watch what we have to watch. When they watch what we have to watch, they see that we're watching this good stuff. They watch this good stuff, and maybe it'll rub off on them. No, I didn't grow up with a TV. Yeah. They didn't get it, so they get a TV in their room. If we want them to come watch TV with us, we'll tell them to come out here and watch TV with us.
No, I had a TV in my room. My wife did not. I didn't really have a strong opinion of it whenever we had a kid. But she did. She was like, he's not going to have a television in his room. And I was like, all right, whatever. I did not have a strong opinion one way or another. I totally saw the reasoning behind not having one to where I couldn't really argue it. Mm-hmm. But then we were very fortunate whenever we moved into the house that we did because he has a playroom downstairs and his bedroom's upstairs.
Different.
And whenever he goes into his room, it's time to go to sleep. So that right there is that's just luck of the draw. The house that we bought, old house, it's got a bunch of rooms, it's a funky floor plan, everything else, but they had a little addition on the back side of it that is his playroom. So he's got his big screen TV and his PlayStation and everything in there and a couch, and that's where his friends come over and that's where they hang out at. So the only reason why he has a reason to go into his room is to get dressed or go to bed. So
Homework's done in the playroom also?
Yeah, homework's done downstairs.
Okay. Oh, yeah, on the kitchen table or something like that.
Yeah, or he's got a table in there. He does his homework usually in his playroom because I'm usually standing there calling out his stuff to him while he does it. So there's defined lines as far as where we're going to work, where we're not going to work, and what we're going to do and not do. So his bedroom is just one of those places where it's probably a good thing. I don't know. I could see him being one of those dads as he gets older that's like, my kids aren't having televisions in their room whenever he has kids, based on the fact that he didn't have one. And it's not so much that we're being mean, but like I said, it's just the way that it worked out to where he happens to have a room that's his where it's all of his stuff.
Yeah. No, I just think it's a good thing that the room is the room is and just for sleeping. But there's going to come a time when he gets older that he's going to want to go up there and do his homework, whatever it may be. I mean, it's going to get, because his homework's going to get more difficult.
Yeah.
Especially the kind of schools you're sending them to. It's going to get more difficult. Like the papers. Oh, yeah. I am, again, fortunate that my youngest loves English.
Really?
She loves English. Oh yeah,
She's a good writer.
very good writer.
That's a skill that's going away.
It is. Working with her on her paper, and the paper was on a Shakespeare play, and she was comparing a recent movie
Okay.
that they made of this play versus the play.
Okay.
And I can't remember what the play is, but it was what she wrote was pretty fantastic. And I know I'm dad, but I couldn't. I could only like give her feedback on the opening because the opening was the same as her closing, and I'm like, just fix this a little bit because I was an English major.
Okay.
Just fix this a little
Didn't know
bit.
that fun fact about Ray.
Yeah, just fix this a little bit. It was the focus was journalism, but because I was going to be a writer for ESPN.
Really?
Right? If I didn't make it in the NFL, I was going to write for ESPN, and then I found out what writers make.
And yep.
My eyes opened big, especially because you have to. You just like a coach that wants to coach. You have to be a peon, basically a peon, an unpaid intern. That you need towels, gotcha. Toilet paper, gotcha. You got to be that guy in order to get the respect of these other coaches, and you got to be that guy that goes and hustles up. That's why you see some of these guys like, why is it? Because they earned it.
That's the only option.
Yep, they earned it.
Well, how far did you get along in your journalism pursuit?
I wrote for a local paper for 6 months.
Sports based or anything they gave you?
No, anything they gave me.
Right.
I had a sickle cell. I had a middle portfolio. I had the middle of the paper where my story was represented. I got that. I had like 3 or 4 articles in this paper. It was a not biweekly, maybe a monthly paper, maybe biweekly. Like it would come out, every 2 weeks.
Right.
And I got to work with them. It was just local Pennsylvania, one of the townships. I got to write for them for like 6 months, and it was a great time.
But doesn't sound like it was a great time.
No,
You enjoyed it?
I had a great time writing.
When did you decide that this was not going to work out?
Well,
or when did you decide that
$23,000 a year.
This was in 1974, right?
No.
All right.
Easy. This is in 1996.
Okay.
Right? 1996, $23,000 a year. Well, when do you get an increase? And I'm talking to like the lead journalist who's making, he's making a lot more than that, but it wasn't a lot more than that.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And he's still there, and he was fantastic. He was a great writer. And he's still at that paper just rocking and rolling, but not making much more than, I want to say 35.
That's not a lot of money. Well, it's a thankless job, though, because it is.
It is.
Especially now. No one reads print. People don't even really read books. Most of it's consumed through a tablet. A hard copy of a book is something that you don't even see, much less a newspaper or an article like that. So now you just type it, press it, and it's there.
Well, you talk about books. Books are coming back.
What do you mean coming back?
They're coming back.
Like vinyl records did or something?
Yeah, it's crazy. Barnes & Noble opened up a new bookstore in Jubin. Opened up a new bookstore.
Yeah, but how many did they shut down before they opened that one?
Exactly. They started shutting down a lot. Like the one on the one in Metairie, that's over there on Veterans, it's still there, still rocking and rolling.
Yeah, because they have like a Starbucks inside of it or something.
Well, they all have the coffee shops inside, but they also branched out and they started selling like toys. They started selling different kinds of things, which is the way to go.
So books are coming back or retail stores?
No, I think it's the books that are coming back because they opened up a new Barnes & Noble.
Yeah, no way.
So I was talking to my wife. She's like, no, these kids, like, they want books. They're yes, sir.
Do they really?
Yeah. I think it's one of those trends. You got this 50s clothing that comes back sometimes. It's like, like for instance, after the Super Bowl, what did everybody want to start wearing?
Yeah, all the boot cut.
The bell bottoms.
Oh, I think it was boot cut. Right?
Boot cut, but whatever. But it was that big old. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Well, you're a skinny jeans guy. We all know that through and through.
I did wear some jeans that were sort of skinny-ish.
Really?
The other day when I took my wife to dinner for our anniversary, yes, I did. They fit well.
No, I mean,
They fit well.
I mean, I'm not. We're gonna get into fashion. Yeah, I like joggers. I like tapered pants.
I like joggers. I love joggers. So the thing is, y'all, Parfait likes to judge. He's very judgy.
Yeah. No, I mean, we're gonna critique. If the guy who rolled up in here with his Star Wars shirt on is gonna give me fashion advice, I want to hear it.
I am not.
No, come on, let's go. Let's go. You're
not a fashion guy. I've got one pair of slacks and they're black. My work clothes. So my work pants, I want to say I got gray, black, beige, off beige, brown. I got 5 to 7 different. They're 511 tactical pants. I feel like a soldier when I'm going to work. Yes, they have multiple pockets.
It's really cool. That way you can put like supplies in there. Like
I don't even use the pockets
like a soda.
It's so stop.
Like a protein bar.
He's so judgy. But the thing is, with those pants, they're they're so comfortable. They're so comfortable. Oh, they're awesome.
They're phenomenal.
And they are practical because if I do need a pocket, boop, I got them.
Because
I got them. What's that trend? Remember the trend where
I don't know.
Where we had those shorts that had the pockets on the side?
Cargo shorts?
The cargo shorts, right? Yeah. They look similar to that. They look very similar.
Except they go all the way down to your ankles because they're called pants.
And they also throw the 511, the 511 tactical on there.
Yeah, so
which makes it sound much better.
My gosh, man, your wife, she must lucky gal there.
She is. Hey, she's blessed.
There goes my dude rolling out in his 511 tactical pants to tackle the day at
Graham.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She's blessed.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then a polo. You know, you throw on a little polo, right? Either the light blue, the gray, the black with the little print on the side.
I don't even know what we're doing right now.
Exactly. That's my fashion. I am not the fashion guy.
I mean, I believe you. I'm not saying that I am either, but
I love my Under Armour joggers. Okay, my Under Armour joggers.
Right.
I love those, and my printed T-shirts.
You're a graphics T-shirt guy.
Yeah,
just dad uniform.
No, I don't have suspenders, and I don't pull the pants.
No. Oh, what are you
talking
about? I don't
pull my jeans up
Dads
too high.
that still wear cargo. You know what? Dad rule right there. Right there. Dads, stop wearing cargo shorts. It's not 2001. Cargo shorts.
Or 2010. 2010.
I don't know.
Yep, 2010.
Okay, we'll go 2010. Stop wearing cargo shorts, and we don't need shorts that go 2 inches past our knees. It's so uncalled for. I'm not saying we got to go 4-inch inseams.
I'm talking.
But we'll just leave the dad rule at leave the cargo shorts there.
The shorts should be
no more cargo shorts
above the knee.
Well, yeah,
above the knee. That's where the shorts. But not approaching the crotch. Not tight.
No, there's a middle ground that you can hit there. That's the right spot. But cargo shorts got to go. Yeah. You know what it is? So I realize this, right? So there's a certain point where you stop spending money on certain things, right? And obviously it has to do with usually you get married, you become a dad, and you prioritize in different areas. And one of the things that guys stop doing is keeping up with the trends of clothes in general. And meaning that the jeans, they wear the same jeans that they've had in their closet because they still fit and they don't buy new ones. Like there's dads still rocking American Eagle and they're 40 years old because they bought them when they were too old, probably in their 20s, and they happen to still fit. Mm-hmm. And like dads shouldn't be wearing American Eagle jeans. Like there's a lot of other stuff out there, but there's that certain point where it's just like, yep, this is what I'm rolling with, and they just stop buying clothes. In general, I like buying clothes though, but I mean, I know
I do too.
You like buying 511 tactical? You got any coupons for us?
No, I don't.
Drop a coupon code in the comments.
That would be awesome if I could. But 511 tactical pants are
not
awesome.
Sponsored yet.
Work pants, and we're not sponsored.
Are you one of those guys that can't stand to wear a suit, or do you care?
I'd rather not.
Really?
I'd rather not.
I like it. But I think out, man.
I think guys that can rock a suit like it's normal,
right?
I think they're fantastic. I think that's fantastic that you can rock. There's a guy. I can see his face right now. Don't know his name off the top of my head. He's a local guy. Sells insurance, cars. Dude's pretty awesome. Wears a when I see him without a suit, I'm like, what's going on? What's wrong with you?
No.
What's wrong? What's going on? But yeah, he rocks a suit like daily. Every time I see him, he's rocking a suit. And I think guys that can rock a suit
Yeah, no, I
and work in it.
well, yeah, I'm working in one. Yeah, no, I'm slacks and a polo every day for work, but even then, Chubbies, best pants there are, best chino pants there are.
Chubbies?
Yeah,
I'm going to look that up.
yep, great. They're awesome. Make you feel athletic. Probably I don't have the amount of pockets that you do, but I still like them. Chubbies, Bird Dog,
Are those
good stuff.
Are those the like? Again, here social media again. Okay, I've seen some slacks. I don't know if they're Chubbies, but some slacks that go on. They fit, but they're very stretchy.
Yeah, these are kind of stretchy. They're breathable.
Not breathable. I mean,
Well,
like
yeah, like they're almost like athletic gear. It's like golf pants. More along that line.
Okay.
You know,
okay,
kind
okay.
of that. I say breathable, like like golf pants, where you can wear them.
So
not super
we're
stiff.
talking $90 to $100 a pair.
I mean, if you want to go that route, yeah, we can. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, why not? Yep, they're about $80 or so, but
Yeah.
they have coupon codes.
I'm
You can
more
use
of a
those.
I'm more of a J.C. Penney's guy. 30 to 50, 30 to 50.
That's where you get your tactical 511s at.
No, I got my first pair from.
Who gave you your first pair? Do you remember the day? Nice fall day.
No, I saw them at the sports store. Here we go with my memory.
The sports store,
Yeah,
not CTE.
the famous sports store that I didn't know about until I got to Louisiana.
What?
What's our sports store?
Academy?
Academy. See?
Wow.
Yeah.
Academy
So
Sports.
bad. Academy. It's Summit Academy.
Wow. I'm thinking you're going like super local for anybody
So-
not from around here, but no, you're going Academy Sports.
Academy Sports. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
Yes, enlighten me.
Because when I'm up in Pittsburgh, it's Dick's.
Okay.
It's Dick's, and there's another one up there. But when I got here, I'm like, Academy.
Oh, no, Dick's is so much better than Academy.
Well, it is, but the thing is,
Yeah, that's what you
This is
had. That was the
Academy.
option. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's Academy Sports every year.
yeah. So it was Academy, and I saw them. I'm like, whoa, look at those right there. Went back to the cargo pants days, and I grabbed a pair, threw them on. I'm like, oh, squatted a couple times. I'm like, yeah,
This is it. This is going to get it done
work
during the day.
pants. Yep, work pants.
They respect Ray whenever he walks through there with his 511s on.
I wouldn't say it's because of the 511 tactical pants. I'd say it's more because I don't know. Hopefully, it's a respect.
No, of course.
Hopefully,
Do you
there's
think?
respect.
Do you think that the guys that answer to you make fun of your attire at work?
I'm gonna say it's possible.
Okay.
I want to say it's possible. Look, I don't look like I'm out the box. I don't look out of the box wearing what I wear.
But it becomes one of those things where dads go in, you have a uniform. You essentially wear a uniform to work, even though it's not a uniform. You just told me you have 17 pairs of the same pants in every color,
7.
whatever.
7. Mm-hmm.
And you have a barrage of earth tone polos
Yes.
that you pull out to
I
go
got
with.
2 light blue ones, one extra long and one XLT. It's ridiculous. I shouldn't have that.
XLT. Enlighten me. What is XLT?
It's just longer. You would never deal with that because you're a shorter guy.
Okay.
But the taller guys, they get the XLT and it's just a longer. I shouldn't have it. I shouldn't have it because I'm not that tall. But if you're 6'4" or taller, you need XLT shirts.
That would make. Well, what if you're not extra large? Do they just have the T, or is it only available in XL?
It's only XL. I mean, no, they have the XLTs.
Yeah.
It's for lankier, taller guys.
I know, but do you have to be in an extra large only to wear? This is not. I'm just curious because I've never heard
No,
of
no, I
XLT
think
before.
they-
So,
I
like, can
think
you
they
buy like
have-
a medium long? Like,
I believe so.
Okay, all right.
I believe so.
I mean, that's
yeah.
just from my own personal information. I don't know if anybody
I
else
just
cared
know about the
that
larger sizes.
because you buy the size clothes
Yes.
that you need. That makes sense. You should continue to do that.
So I don't look at, what do you wear? Medium, maybe?
I'm
Small?
Medium. Really? I'm still a fat guy, man. I'm still a fat guy. I'm in that. It depends. Medium
we
or
are
large.
more critical of each other, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm in the medium or the large. Just depends on the shirt.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Legends brand. Big fan of Legends brand.
Legends brand. So
Like huge. fan
Legends,
of them?
we're looking for you, buddy. We're looking for you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
The thing is, with your clothing, do you like to wear it looser or tighter?
No, I like my clothes to fit the way it's
What do
supposed
you
to
mean?
fit.
What do you mean?
I don't like baggy, flowy clothes. It looks unkempt. I can't stand it. Like whenever people just jeans that like the belt's pulled way too tight and they just bunch up and you look like the dads look like they have no butt, like a frog standing up type thing. And I'm just like, no, that's not the way clothes are supposed to. A shirt where you just buy the extra large because you think you're supposed to wear the extra large. But I'm like, dude, you wear a large. Like,
And you look puffy in it.
Yeah, it's just
no. I see what you're saying.
No. I can't stand. I like no. I like
I just know there's
like loose
people.
collars on a shirt aggravate me.
Yeah, I just know there's people. Like I get my stuff a little, I think a little bigger just because
Because you're self-conscious.
very self-conscious. Okay, especially around the mid area.
Right.
And the thing is, okay, well, if you're so self-conscious, do something about it. Working on it.
Yeah,
We're working on it.
I know, but then again, like you're a big guy. You're not naive to that. You know that you're a big guy because when you go buy a shirt, you're not buying a medium. You're buying an XLT, right?
Or a little bigger than that, but yeah.
Or a double XLT, whatever it may be.
A little bigger than that.
Right. Well, plain and simple. You know the size you're supposed to be. You know that you're not buying slim clothing. Nothing's going to make you look smaller. Like, that's an illusion I think people have. Like, guys go buy clothes because they think it makes them look better because when they see it in the mirror, they don't see everything they don't want to see, but the person that they're walking to, they still see it.
Yes.
So just you might as well buy the shirt that is a little bit too tight in your own opinion because it's the right size and just own that. Just wear that.
Or what is it? Stripes, vertical stripes, or horizontal stripes?
I mean, you probably shouldn't wear horizontal stripes if you,
I don't know.
you know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I try not to get. I do have some plaid shirts, some plaided shirts, which are pretty cool.
You sure
got
they're
some of
cool?
those. They're probably not, but I think they are.
I know. I mean, I'm fine. I mean, I'll rock a plaid shirt. That's cool. But,
like
but it's
those,
just one of those where you're
Those button ups. Yeah.
you're assessing that they're cool based off of your kids
feeling.
bought it for you.
No. A feeling.
Do your kids try to dress you?
No.
They don't. Really?
No.
I always wondered about that. At what point because Luke he dresses a lot like me. All right. And I hope I don't dress like an idiot because I don't want my kid to dress like a 40-year-old man. But for the most part, like he dresses similar to me. He likes to wear a suit. I like wearing a suit whenever I have to wear a suit.
Yeah.
He doesn't mind. He's in joggers and a hoodie a lot of times. I like to wear joggers and a hoodie. He, shorts and a t-shirt. He can't stand his shirt to be super baggy. He likes it to fit the way it's supposed to fit. He can't stand when the arms go past, like the sleeves go past the elbow, all that. So
I get frustrated when I see. I want to say skinny, but I see guys that are not big,
right,
trying to wear stuff that's too baggy and not fitted. Like what you're saying, like you wanted your stuff to fit.
right.
That's what I think guys that are not, they don't have the belly hanging over it, are not really self-conscious. And maybe they might be, I don't know. But I don't like seeing guys like that wearing, if you're supposed to be wearing a large, wearing an extra large. If you're supposed to be wearing a medium, wearing a large. Because now you look puffy.
But I think it's because
I don't.
it could be though
kills
that
me.
they lost weight and they don't buy new clothes.
There's a possibility, but someone's got to give them that feedback. Like,
Does your wife buy your clothes for you?
Sometimes
She does?
Yeah, sometimes
So she tries to dress you?
It used to be my mom, and she did a fantastic job. Like when I would wear stuff that she bought out in public, I'm like, oh, yeah. But I think eventually, right, as we get older, especially since I'm not with her much anymore, the buys now are not trendy, right? They're not trendy. My wife, like, I need to go, honey, and she'll go, no, no, or heck no.
But
right?
there is that point too, I think, where when the dad tries to hang on too long, and then you're like, oh, you shouldn't be wearing that. Like, you're not that young. But I don't know when it is. But I know I'm going to
Hmm.
fall off that cliff, and they're just be like, dude, why are you wearing that? You shouldn't be wearing that. That's not you. I know I'm going to get there. I'm going to fall off that cliff, and then someone's going to call me out on it, and I'm going to rightfully be called out on it. And I'm not sure I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do whenever it happens, when they're like, hey, man, like, one of the jokes, right, is like you could tell the people born in like the 80s and the 90s at the gym and everybody born in the 2000s by the length of their socks.
Oh,
right. So like you only wear we wear ankle socks to the
Mm-hmm.
gym, but everybody else wears like
the tube
quarter
sock,
socks.
or the quarter
you
and
know?
the tubie.
Yeah, just something up.
Pulled up,
And so like I have a few pair of those, and so like whenever I wear them, I almost feel weird because I'm like, no, my socks are supposed to be at my ankles.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, is someone looking at me being like, man, like, hey, bro, like you're old. Stop wearing socks that are made for people not that old. I don't think anybody's saying that, but in my head, whenever I put them on, I'm like, my socks are too long. They should be ankle socks.
I think it comes down to just casual wear, what you go out in.
Right?
And for example, there was an explosion of this guy with those funky prints.
You know what, Ed Hardy?
Ed Hardy. Remember that?
Guy was like the
Right?
big poker days, man.
Remember
Everybody rocking Christian
Ed-
Artiger
yes.
and Ed Hardy, and then the Affliction.
Affliction, remember
Affliction, the big
Yeah.
MMA brand.
Like if you're rocking that now,
Or what about the jeans that have way too heavy stitching? You do still see dudes rocking that, and I'm like, bro,
Yes,
you
stop.
stop buying clothes in like 2009, 2010,
Yeah.
and your jeans still stop buying the heavy stitching clothes. Stop wearing your cargo shorts. The heavy stitch
the
jeans,
heavy
man.
stitch jeans with like the Daffy Duck or something.
Oh, I mean that one. I think they went
fire.
away from that, but like, yeah, no, that one went away a while. But you don't see that one nowadays. But you do still see like the heavy stitching jeans, like True Religion jeans, right? Like I had True Religion jeans whenever I was younger, and then I'm like, there's a certain point where you're just like, yep, nope, that wave has crested. We can't still wear those, the
Yeah.
flaps on the back and everything else. Like, nope, like those were cool. They ran their course. Yep, I'll look back on pictures and Luke will be like, why are you wearing those jeans? I'm like, because they were cool. Leave me alone.
Right,
I stopped
right.
wearing them. I'm not still wearing them.
Yeah.
So we're good. We're good.
So that's the problem I would run into with my wife, and thank God for my wife, because I'd be like, I want baggy jeans. I want to go get baggy jeans. She's like, mm-mm. First of all, those jeans that you have there, first, you don't have it. You don't have much of a butt. Okay.
Right.
First of all, so you got to make sure the jeans are up on your butt, so at least.
That's what I was talking about. Like,
Right?
yep, like the guys who still wear the jeans.
And then they
yeah.
drop. So there's a couple differences I think you're talking about. There's a dad who wears their jeans over their belly button.
Right.
Okay?
It's a good look.
No, it's
It's not a
horrible.
good look.
Okay? It's horrible. And then there's the ones like me where it goes below the fat line, okay,
Right.
around your waist.
Okay.
And you feel like, oh yeah, these feel good on me. But you look behind, it's like you feel like there's like it looks like you got a dump in your pants. Right? You know what I mean? And so my wife would come and tap me on the back.
Right.
Oh, and I
Yeah.
have to pull my pants up. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
so that's why I sort of went to those. I don't want to say skinny jeans.
No,
but
no,
more
but it's
sort of fitted jean.
A tapered jean.
A
usually.
taper jean, yes. It's more, but sometimes for me, because my legs are still sort of big, thank goodness.
Yeah, no.
They feel like skinny jeans.
No, I got that same good. I don't skip leg day, Ray. Never skip leg day. I love leg day.
I should do legs more often.
You would fill out the
back.
back side of those jeans a little bit better.
Well, the thing is, when I do legs, it's more of I'm hitting the front of my legs. I should be hitting my hammies more often. I'm not hitting my hammies like I need to because I don't squat. Okay, I don't squat.
Are we having a meathead minute right here?
Well, I think so.
I think so. All right, let's get into it. Meathead minute right here. Let's go.
I don't squat. You should squat.
You should always squat.
Squatting is like key, but I can't. I don't want to say I can't because I always tell my kids that I coach, and I also tell my kids, you can do it. There's no can't. There is the word can't in the real world, but you can do it. You just got to figure out how to do it. I got to figure out how to squat because when I put that bar on the back of my neck and I go down, I'm almost doing like a good morning when I'm going down.
Oh, because you don't. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because I'm so, I don't know if it's because I'm weak or just because I'm scared of my knees.
it's not your knees. It's lack of hip mobility and lack of ankle mobility.
I don't think it's ankle.
I'm telling you it is. You don't have to. You don't have to think. I'm
we
telling
need
you,
to
it's
go. We need to
ankle
go.
mobility
I need to come in the morning.
and
'cause you're
hip
not gonna come in.
mobility. Because
I agree
I
with you on
suck
hip.
with both of them.
I agree with the hip part.
But whenever your ankles are weak, you don't trust your knees, you don't trust your hips. Man, there's a follow that's awesome called Knees Over Toes Guy. Mm-hmm. And that talks so much about...
Is he a real big dude?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And so, but they talk so much about that as far as like unlocking the hips, unlocking like the ankles, and all that stuff starts to translate into making your knees healthier.
I think I talked before about understanding how to dry block somebody and then rolling your hips up.
Right.
And how I learned that later.
Right.
After I was done with Pitt, which sucks. But I think it's the same thing that what you're talking about, unlocking your hips for the squat.
So, no, I'm terrible at it. It's something I should work on just for like life purposes, not necessarily to be better in the gym, but just in the sense of like just having more flexibility is just better. It helps you just not get hurt doing things. So, because you're not gonna pick up something the way you're supposed to pick up because you don't squat all the way down. You're still gonna use your back, like you're saying.
I bend over so much instead of squatting down to pick it up, to pick something up. I'm more, and then I spread my legs. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
So if you squatted more, though, you'd fill out those jeans. That's the ultimate takeaway.
Well, the other exercise that I hate. There's 3 exercises I hate doing. Well, I don't hate squatting. I feel like I can't do squats correctly. But you're giving me some insight. The other exercise that I hate doing are lunges. I hate doing lunges. So and that's because again, I feel like my knees. I'll do reverse lunges, but I hate doing lunges.
Yeah.
And the other exercise I hate doing, which has nothing to do with legs, is single shoulder barbell. Is it shoulders? No, back.
A row.
Rows.
A dumbbell row.
I hate doing rows. No. I don't know why, but they're probably one of the best exercises for your back. I hate doing rows. Mm-hmm. One of the best. I don't know because I still can't do 10 pull-ups.
Well, one day we're closer.
I'll get there.
Yep. So you got a few months left. Mm-hmm. More than a few. Have you tried to do one since we first talked about this challenge?
I can do one, brother.
Well,
one is easy.
One is easy?
After one.
That's where it gets hard. Mm-hmm. You just got to do 9 more.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So so all you've got to do is increase by 1 like each month, and you'll be there. Kinda. Yeah.
This is what is that? That stacking kind of concept?
I guess. I mean,
2
we're just
to 4 to 6, and then boom, you're there. I got you.
Yeah. So you just got to work on doing 2, and you're almost there. No, there's not really anything that. Well, I mean, I hate some stuff as far as working out. I mean, but like it's gonna end up being CrossFit crap, and I don't really feel like talking about that completely. But like some of the lifts that we do that are like Olympic style lifting, like a squat snatch. Yep, I'm terrible at it. Overhead squat, terrible at it.
Is that the front squat snatch? Is that front squat?
No, it's a wide grip. No, that's a squat clean. Where your hands are like right outside your knees.
Yeah.
But no, like where your hands are super wide on the barbell, and you start to pull, and then you turn it over, and you have the bar above your head, and you're in a squat position, and then you stand up. It's not easy. It's very complicated.
It don't sound.
It's not.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, no, that's an algorithm that I see a lot of how much I'm not good at those scrolling through Instagram. And then, but it's cool when you see it because you see these guys in the Olympics do it, and they're lifting like, I don't know, a lot, 300 plus. And they float the bar up, and the bar gets to a certain spot, and then their hands just start to turn underneath it, and the bar stays at the same level, and they're completely underneath the bar in a full squat, locked out, and then they stand up. It's impressive to watch in slow motion. It's horrendous to watch this guy try to do it. So, yeah, not an easy movement. But, yeah. So that's probably like the one thing that I like can't stand. That and like an overhead squat where literally the barbell is above your head and then you squat.
That's awesome.
That's hard. I mean, I can barely do like 95 pounds doing that.
Wow.
So.
Just talking about legs still. I don't know if this is a meathead moment, but I'm going to throw this out there.
Okay, what you got?
My meathead moment is leg press, okay? And they got heavy weight on there. And what makes me nervous is when I see people pressing and then they're locking their legs up.
Dude, I have a phobia of that.
That scares the crap out of me, and I think, do not do that.
No, I had a friend who thought it was really funny to send me reel after reel after reel of, and I'm like, I just stopped though. I blocked them. I'm like, I'm not interested in seeing somebody's leg snap backwards.
No.
Yeah, no, that's, no.
I saw it once, man.
No. No, let's move on. Let's talk about something else.
I can see someone break their arm.
No, okay. Once again, yep. So Ray, what are we going to do to sleep better? I have no desire to talk about anybody hurting themselves.
No. I don't like to see. I don't like to see it, especially in football.
Who does like to see it?
Yeah. So
my buddy does.
If you're doing leg presses, it doesn't matter how much weight on there. Do not lock out your legs at the top of the lift.
Just don't do it at North Cypress if you're going to do it, and don't video it. I don't want to see it. I got no desire.
Do not lock out.
No.
Do not lock out. So with sleep, you got to get on a routine.
Get on a routine. Doesn't matter. Make sure that your hours of going to bed stay consistent. Obviously, you know what? That's one thing too, though. You know that scrolling on the phone at the foot of the bed does not help you go to sleep, but yet you still do it. Right?
I'm not going to say anything about that.
Yeah. No, I'm not being judgy.
No, you're right.
But it is one of those things where it's just like you know what the problem is, so to speak.
It's like drinking soda.
I didn't want to say it.
Right? It's like drinking coffee with the dairy products in it.
Dairy's okay. But the German chocolate coffee.
The German, it's so fantastic.
It is.
At not Super 7 Brew.
There you go.
At 7 Brew, the German chocolate, the Blondie, anything with that cream in it.
Yeah, so you could probably get
better
extra.
Than Starbucks. Better than Starbucks.
You could tell them to put them in like bags. You could stick them in your tactical pants.
Yeah, the thing is, 7 Brew does not have that funky aftertaste that Starbucks has. I don't know if you've.
Not a big Starbucks guy.
You don't do any of that stuff.
No, no. I drink coffee. I do drink coffee. I don't.
But you probably just drink it black, huh? Nothing in there.
2 stevia, splash of cream to change the color. That's it.
Splash to change the color. No, that's good.
Yep, that's
good. I gotta get to that because mine is drop until it comes back to the top and then stop.
Oh no. Just to change the color.
Does it make sense? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So, you're just drinking half and half is what you're doing.
It's not half and half.
No, it's way probably less healthy than half and half.
Oh, it's healthier. It's healthier than half and half.
Sugar-free, fat-free, all that other stuff.
It is sugar-free.
But anyways, Ray, so we got to figure out a way to make sure your butt doesn't sag in your pants or something, or your pants don't sag on your butt. What was it your wife said? We got to tuck that up, big boy?
Yeah, we don't want to see that load back there.
Yeah, we don't want to see that load back there. So we got to figure that out.
So we got to get the hammies and the glutes.
Hammies and the glutes.
Popped out.
Yep. So we'll get all that stuff done.
Why is it all just me, though? Why am I working on it? Oh, you got to work on this muscle ups and you got one.
No, I got to work on overhead. I got to overhead squats. Yeah. I got to get deeper in my squat. I get no rep.
What do you mean deeper? I don't think you should go past a chair.
No, but you got to go past parallel.
No.
Yes. Well, you do. We do competitions. You don't go past parallel. They say no rep.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Got to go past the hip crease.
Is that a CrossFit thing?
That's anything.
No.
You've got to go past the hip crease or you didn't really squat.
What do you mean the hip crease, though? Is that past a seated position?
Yeah. You've got to get, butt below. Your butt's got to go below your hip crease. Get your knee, raise your knees up. If your knees are above your hips, that's hips below the hip crease. That's your knees. Yeah, that's whatever I said.
That's strong.
No, that's what a squat is.
But is that? Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get better at that.
You're right.
Just in general.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I might not like squats anymore.
So,
I used to squat I used to be a monster on squat.
Well, according to you weren't really squatting, so we'd have to call some old coaches to see if you're actually getting.
I was throwing up some weight, bro.
Yeah, but were you actually squatting?
I think back then, yes, because I got the
because you were lanky and
back then
I
was spotted by the weight coach was like.
Also, too, you put enough weight on the bar, you're getting below hip crease.
Oh, yeah,
and I imagine that based off of how strong you are, just in general, you probably had some weight on that bar and that bar was taking you down, and you were only one way to get it back up.
Yeah, it's very true. But we weren't thinking about hip crease or anything like that. We were getting down a little bit below the bench.
Yeah.
So I guess that is
below parallel.
Yeah, below. Yeah.
So, but that's it. That's where we got to get. That's where we got to get. And we also have to remember another dad rule: retire the cargo shorts. You don't need it. They're not cool. Wait till they come back around like Kendrick just did with the flared out bootcut jeans.
Bell bottoms.
I don't think it was bell bottoms.
I think they were bell bottoms, brother.
I think it's just he's so little that they look like bell bottoms. I think they were just more
I just
boot
liked
cut.
all the Caucasian women that went to their closet and started pulling them out and wearing them just because he pulled them out. I'm sorry.
Apparently he was wearing women's jeans.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what they said. But
because of the front.
I don't know, but that's what the internet said, and all things on the internet are true.
Because I think the zipper was on his butt, and I think I don't know. I have no idea. I just made that up.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I don't know about where the zipper placement was on it.
I wasn't looking that hard. I just saw the flared out. And
he is like 5'3".
He is. Yeah,
he's a little
short.
guy.
Yeah,
not a big
short.
guy.
Yep.
Not a big guy.
I think you guys, you smaller guys, are very talented.
I'm not sure where this is going.
Yeah, I think smaller guys are very talented. Makes up for height.
This is
I don't know a lot of
not a compliment.
I don't know a lot of,
but not an insult.
I don't know a lot of guys that are 6'5" that are geniuses. Do you? Yeah, you think about that, buddy.
I got a brother-in-law that's 6'4", that's a dentist, so he's pretty smart.
Yeah, dentist, that's one thing, and he's 6'4". I said 6'5".
Okay,
above 6'5".
Okay,
that are geniuses that we can go back and go, what about this guy? Not one.
Really?
They're all short, man.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
It's just the
You've
opinion.
just called me short 4 times and told me I'm talented, but then not insulted me. But probably insulted me.
Not at all.
No?
Not at all. No.
It's fine. I mean, if I could be taller, I would. I can't be taller. I can get deeper in a squat. That's about all I got going for me. I can do that. I think the best skilled athletes, top to bottom, are basketball players.
You think so?
100%.
I think soccer players.
No.
I used to not think that.
The amount that it takes, first of all, they jump higher than everybody else. And it's not just because they're tall. Baseball players are tall.
No, I don't think it's baseball. I think it's soccer players.
No, basketball players, by far, hands down. Best pure athlete.
Okay.
I mean, yes, they probably can't throw a ball as good as anybody else.
I'm not talking about baseball. I'm talking about soccer players are better athletes than are the best athletes.
No.
Let me put you on some game. And the reason why I tell you this is because soccer is what in the world? Number one. Why is soccer number one?
Because it's just played in the most sports. I mean, it's played in the most countries. That's why it's number one.
Because it's played in the most countries?
Yeah.
How come cricket is close to number one, is number two? It's not played in the most countries, is it? Cricket.
Okay, well, what do you mean by the number one sport? Like the number one that's consumed, like the number one that people... Yeah, that doesn't mean that that's the best athletes because the most eyes are on it.
Don't you want to watch the best? You want to watch the best.
Well, that doesn't equate to them being a better athlete because more people watch it. I'm not saying professional athletes at the top 0.1% of them are not superior athletes. Top to bottom, a basketball player is a better athlete than anybody else. They have to run. They run faster than most people. They jump higher than most people. The hand-eye coordination of being able to pull up and shoot from 30 feet away.
Bro, I'm going to let you go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's just I don't even know why it's a debate. A basketball player is the best athlete.
There's no way. The hand-eye coordination of a guy that dribbles with his feet.
He can't use his hands, right? You just said hand-eye.
He can't with his feet. In order to go and score, in order to pass the ball to somebody else over to the far right, and then that guy gets the ball and does all those things, those fantastic things with his feet, in order to score into a goal that's being protected by somebody.
I'm not saying they're not athletic.
They are more athletic.
No way.
Than basketball. Basketball players are spurt guys. Soccer players are long-winded, going long.
They rest more.
Who does?
Soccer players.
They rest more?
Okay, plain and simple. If I put you on a basketball court with 9 NBA players and I put you on a soccer field with 20 other soccer players, which one could you hide more and not be exposed on a soccer field?
You could probably be on a soccer yes.
Which one could you actually
but it all depends.
You would never get a shot off in an NBA against the lowest tier NBA player. You would never get a shot off.
Me?
No one would.
Me?
You would not get a shot off.
My 25-year-old self?
You ain't 25, cuz. And even at 25, you're still not getting a shot off against
my 25-year-old self would have.
Because the D1 blood, the D1 blood ain't NBA blood.
100%.
No way. No way.
The thing, but I still think soccer. I think soccer is.
No. I think yes.
They're better athletes.
You want to tell me that that's the second best athletes out there? I'll stand by that one. But in NBA basketball player, people who knock the NBA have never sat close to the floor of an NBA game and realized that half speed in the second quarter is flying up and down the court. When was the last time you went to an NBA game? Even the crappy Pelicans.
I would maybe
who can't get out the way.
I would maybe agree with you if you're talking college.
College, those kids suck.
They go harder.
They don't. They play worse. They can't shoot. They can't play defense. They can't pass the ball. Their skills are so bad in college that it's just that their skills are so bad.
I'm talking about athletes. I'm talking about athletes.
You're going to tell me a college basketball player is a better athlete than an NBA player?
No. I'm talking about in the aspect of hustle, the speed, running up and down the court. That's why a lot more people like college better than like the NBA.
It's slower than the NBA, but people don't believe that.
No, they don't. They think
the NBA, they never play defense. They lock down whenever they have to lock down. In college, those kids are still competing to be out there. Not saying NBA players aren't either.
So I agree. Like if you're comparing like an NBA player, like basketball to basketball versus anybody, I think the worst NBA player is better than 10 Joe Schmoes. And I think there was a guy who went out and challenged some guys. His name is he was a Boston Celtic, and he put the challenge out there. And it was like a D1 guy came and played. It was like a different guys from different levels of life came and played, and he beat them all. I think one guy might have got a bucket on him. One guy.
Now, I remember hearing stories about whenever Chauncey Billups was working out at ESPN, right? So he was doing some work for ESPN, and then another guy at ESPN, pretty sure it was Ryan Russillo, and he was saying that in the gym, they had a pickup game of basketball going, and Chauncey Billups was out there, and this was 4 or 5 years after he had retired, and they're just playing a pickup game, and they're just doing stuff, and guy hits a shot, and he starts chirping a little bit, and Chauncey doesn't do anything necessarily, right? He's not going to chirp back. Like, what do I have to prove to this guy?
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to never let the guy touch the ball the rest of the time, and he went like he went like half speed. And like I remember Russillo saying, he was like, if any guy ever thinks they can get a shot off against an NBA player, you're just dumb. It's just not happening. They let you shoot the ball.
Yes.
They let you shoot the ball.
Yeah.
So no, you'll never. I can't even believe that you said a soccer player is a better athlete. Here's the thing.
I will stand on that. I will stand on. What did they say? What did they say? What did the kids say? I will stand on that business.
Stand on it.
Yep.
You got business hanging out your rear end right there because that's all you speak.
They run longer.
Doesn't matter.
Their feet are more agile, and in order to kick that ball and using their head to butt the ball, soccer players.
Absolutely.
And the world watches that more than they watch.
That doesn't
how
mean
come
anything.
Basketball hasn't picked up? How come basketball isn't like the number 2 or 3 sport in the world?
Because people can't do that because it's easier to play the game of soccer and convince yourself that you're good.
All through Europe.
Yeah, they do. And they're getting pretty darn good at it too. They're getting pretty good at it. No.
So by the way,
basketball, it's absurd. It's absurd. I'm offended that the guy who's director of a basketball league is saying that basketball athletes aren't even as good as soccer players. And I don't even know if they have soccer at the place where he's director of basketball.
They don't.
Even better. So he doesn't even get to watch youth. He's in charge of all these youth kids. Doesn't even get to watch them.
It's at your park.
And we play at quote unquote Stisa, right? So
Stisa,
like the highest level of competitive soccer in this area. And they have some absolute great soccer players in this area.
I mean, the bicycle backwards kick.
That's
Oh,
A plus. That's like saying, man,
Everybody can do
I
that
really
now.
like the alley oop.
Everybody can do that now. It's amazing. If you're a soccer
It's not
player.
amazing if everybody can do it.
If you're a soccer player. I can't do it.
Well, yeah, you can't dunk either.
I used to be able to dunk.
Of course he could.
Of course.
Of course.
100%.
Yes. Behind the back, 360,
No,
from
no,
the
no,
free
no,
throw
no,
line,
no,
all
no,
that
no.
stuff.
No, just dunk.
Just dunk. One hand, cup
Nothing.
it, travel to get there.
That's it.
All right.
Just dunk.
No
That's all I
hop,
can do.
right? Football players, better athletes than
One
basketball
step.
players.
One step.
Just one step.
Yeah. One step.
I'm flustered.
100%.
You know what? Here's the reason why basketball players are better athletes, right? Or here's the reason why the guys who make it that far are. Someone said, they were like, you know why certain people have certain drives in life and certain economic backgrounds get to certain places? And how many basketballs do you need to play a game?
One.
One. All right. You need one goal, right? But you have these parks, right? 2 goals out there, basketball game going. They're going to roll a basketball out, 1 ball, and you have to go for it, and you have to fight for it, and you have to play. So those kids, not everybody shows up to the park with a ball. There's 1 ball, let's go play. And those kids right there develop a different kind of drive to become elite. Soccer, that's what happens in Europe. Low economic areas in Europe or in South America produce some of the best soccer talent. We show up to a soccer field, every single kid's got a ball in their bag. That's required. You go to these places in these areas where they have 2 tires set up in a dirt field and they've got 1 ball for the whole community. You show up with your squad, you stay on. You win, you stay on, you lose, you go. Those are the only 2 sports that are like that. The only 2 sports. Those 2 sports. So I'll give you soccer athletes. Soccer could be the second best athletes, strictly based off of the fact of the guys who get it done typically come from those areas where you got to scrap, you got to work. There's 1 ball, you win, you stay on.
I got you. But if you look at the popularity of the 2 sports, hold on. The popularity of the 2 sports, because now they are both all over the world. Yeah. All over the world. Soccer's better, is more popular.
That doesn't mean anything.
Well, how does it not mean anything?
Just because it's popular doesn't equate to the athlete being
But why
better.
is it so much popular, though?
Because it's just played in more places.
More places than basketball still?
Yeah.
No. What's more popular during the Olympics? Hold on. Let me ask you this question. What's more popular during the Olympics?
Not soccer, because the best soccer players don't play during the Olympics. It's only during the World Cup.
So during the Olympics, it's basketball.
Yeah.
So
because they get to see the best play.
So how come
they get to see the best play during
the
Olympics?
So you're saying because it's the Olympics, they don't play in the Olympics. It's more World Cup.
Soccer players don't. It's usually like the U20 or something like that, like that play. It's not the elite that play for the men's soccer team. The females, the women's soccer, the best in the world play for the during the Olympics. But on the men's side, it's not.
I'm not even talking about. That's.
Well, I know, but you're just dropping soccer knowledge on me, so I'm just trying to make sure that we're on the same page there.
You know, you have some very valid points about basketball players being better than soccer players.
Appreciate you signing off on that, co-signing for me right there.
But we can agree to disagree. Don't you hate that?
Sure. Yeah. Agree to no. You're just wrong. Whatever. This is that part where we're going to have emotional maturity trait.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. You're right. You're right.
Is that how it works?
Sure. Why not?
No, I think based off of what you just broke down. For me,
no, don't back off of this.
I'm not backing off.
Don't back off of this.
We're not backing off.
Soccer. I heart soccer. I heart corner kicks or bicycle kicks. There we go. We're getting shirts made.
I like that
graphic T-shirt guy.
I like when they kick that corner kick and it just. Whew.
In Olympia. That's
what's it called?
In Olympia.
No. What's it called?
That's what it's called.
Bend it like Beckham. When they bend it like Beckham. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. That's what the goal is called. Big soccer guy. Nonetheless, soccer versus basketball. Not what I thought we were going to end up talking about, but we're going to work on some things.
We got there.
We talked about men's fashion.
So granted, just make sure we're not wearing those jeans with the load.
Yeah, and also too, Dad will retire the cargo shorts.
No cargo shorts.
Really not necessary anymore. If you want to hang on to them, maybe one day they'll come back just like Kendrick. Maybe Kendrick will wear them in a Super Bowl 10 years from now and you'll be good to go. Until then, get rid of those. And until next time, Ray and I will see you. We appreciate everybody tuning in. We hope you're enjoying it. Ray and I are enjoying doing this as well. Make sure you leave a comment. Follow us on socials. Tags will be in the description as well. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Ray, till next time.
Thank you for joining us at the New Dead Order.